Hi boys and girls, are you ready to draw your pumpkins today? We're going to be doing the Zentangle Pumpkin. So we're going to start with one white sheet of paper, and you want to position it so it is going vertically, portrait style. You're going to need a pencil, you're going to need a Sharpie, and possibly an eraser. So we're going to start with drawing the pumpkin. So we'll start with our pencil, and you're gonna draw this pumpkin. Pumpkin is going to be pretty tall and thin, so it's gonna fit in this way. If you really wanna make your pumpkin kind of fat and wide, you could turn your paper this way and do it that way. It's really your preference. I kind of like how it looks when they're kind of tall and thin. So to start, you're gonna make an oval. I'm gonna leave some space at the top, and then I'm gonna make a long, thin oval that is in the center of my page. Don't go all the way to the bottom. You can leave some space at the bottom as well. Do not make tiny little ovals that are like an inch big. Make sure that it fills the space. Then you're going to draw a line that curves from the top, and it's going to come this way around, and then it's going to come under the bottom and touch there. And then you're going to repeat that on this side. So we're kind of making those sections of the pumpkin. And it's okay if it's kind of wobbly, because pumpkins are kind of misshapen. So you can't really make a mistake on this part, unless you make it too small. And then we're going to do the same again. I'm gonna start here at the top and then make another piece that goes that way. And then the final one is going to be on that side. And there is my pumpkin. Then you can add the stem and the leaf, and for the stem you can just do sort of two little curving lines and then connect it together with a very flat oval, just like that. You can make your stem kind of curve if you want, or add a little bit more detail. That's up to you. You can also do a vine. I kind of like to have that extra little piece there. So I just made a loopy line, and then to make it look thick and sort of 3D, I'm gonna draw a line that is parallel to that and comes up to here. And then I'm gonna skip over the loop, and I'm gonna go there. And then on this last one, I'm going to finish with a point. Then I'm gonna finish and do the inside of the loop. So where this line is here, I'm just gonna sort of trace there and trace there. So that kind of makes it look more like a 3D shape. And you can actually do a little line here too, and that'll make it look like it's coiling. If you want to add a leaf, you can add a leaf. Then you are going to take your pencil. All right, now that we have drawn the pumpkin, now we're going to switch over to our Sharpie, and you are going to outline over all of your pencil lines. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and I am going to come back when this is all done and show you the next step. So you can go ahead and do this part, and then I'll see you back here in a few minutes. All right, that few minutes was a few seconds for you guys. So I'm just finishing up my little curly Q here, and then once that's done, now I'm gonna take my eraser, and I'm just going to clean up some of the pencil lines that I kind of missed, and that'll just make your drawing look a little more crisp and clean. So let's get rid of some of those. Then what we're going to be doing is dividing this pumpkin up into sections. Now when we did our practice paper last week, where we did all the Zentangles on the practice sheet, we divided that paper up into squares. We're gonna be dividing this pumpkin up into sections. Now you don't wanna do too many sections, so you wanna keep the lines kind of simple. Maybe 3 to 4 lines would be enough. And I'm gonna do this by going across one side and kind of just chopping this pumpkin into sections. And I'm gonna crisscross some. You can have some go straight across, maybe this way. And the object is to come up with these different size shapes. So I did 4 lines. I wouldn't do much more than that, because if you start making all of these tiny little sections, you're gonna have to come up with a lot of Zentangles to fill them. So now once you have this done, you are ready to start Zentangling. So that practice sheet, you might want to get that out and use some of those to help you fill the pumpkin. Otherwise, you can kind of use the paper that I have posted, or you can just start working in a section and filling it in that way with whatever patterns you choose. Each section needs to have a pattern in it. So because we are 30-minute classes, I'm not going to ask you that you finish this in one 30-minute class, because then it's going to get rushed and it'll look messy. So kind of, if you want to like set a timer, just keep an eye on the clock when it gets to be about 30 minutes, or if you want to work a little bit longer, you can, but please don't start like rushing through this and scribbling. You want to do a different Zentangle in each section. If you run out of ideas, it is okay to repeat a Zentangle, but only repeat one time. So I am going to keep working on this for a little while, and then I'll pick a stopping point that I'm happy with, and I will show you what I have. All right, friends, I'm just checking in. A few little tips as I'm working through this. Try to make sure that your design is pretty balanced. Like if you have a darker design here, maybe do a darker design here. If you have one that's more open or detailed, you want to do one over on this side. And you can work directly on your paper drawing these with your Sharpie. No need to do this all in pencil and then outline. You want to keep working to fill all of these shapes. None are left plain white. The tiny little ones could have a very simple pattern. You'll see I've got lots of lines going on here. So this one, I might go back and turn this one into square pattern, just so I'm not repeating the same things over and over. Something like this, I might want to add maybe a pattern in there. So I'm gonna fill in the zigzags with smaller zigzags to make it more interesting and more filled with a darker color in there, so it has more of a pattern look to it. So I've been working on this for about 30 minutes. I still have quite a few left, but I'm gonna stop here. I'm gonna save some for next week. If you are having fun and you wanna fill in all your patterns today, you can go ahead and do that. Next week, the plan is that we will have some time to finish in the last of our Zentangles, and then we're gonna be using our watercolors with some oranges and reds and yellows, and we're gonna be adding color to the pumpkins to finish these. So if you wanna just finish this Sharpie part today, you can. It's your choice. You can stop. Like I said, I did a half hour and I'm good. My hand needs a little break. So I hope you're having fun making these Zentangles and yours is coming out good. I hope you're happy with it. I'm pretty happy with mine so far. And again, next week we'll add more to it, keep working, and finish it up with some paint. So have a great week, guys, and I will see you next time.